Sarah be in a sleigh.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
Once upon a time, there were 3 trees that grew near each other on the hillside. There was a tall tree, a middle-sized tree, and a little tree. The tall tree said,
I am tall and my branches are strong and green. I think Santa will choose me to be his Christmas tree.
but the middle-sized tree said,
Oh, I don't know. I'm not quite as tall, but my branches are strong and green. I think Santa will choose me for his Christmas tree.
but the little tree said,
I'm not very tall, but my branches are strong. I would wish Santa would choose me for his Christmas tree.
the big yellow sun came and shone on the trees. She shined all around the big tree. Then the sun said,
Grow, big tree, grow. Maybe Santa will choose you to be his Christmas tree.
and the bright yellow sun went and shined its rays all around the middle-sized tree. And the sun said,
Grow, middle-sized tree, grow. Maybe Santa will choose you to be his Christmas tree.
then the sun went to the little-sized tree and shone all around it. And the sun said,
Grow, little tree, grow. Hey, who knows? Maybe Santa will choose you to be his Christmas tree.
after the sun came the big north wind. He came up to the big tree and he blew the branches around. And the north wind said,
Grow, big tree, grow. Maybe Santa will choose you to be his Christmas tree.
and then the north wind bent and swayed the branches of the middle-sized tree. And the north wind said,
Grow, middle-sized tree, grow. Maybe Santa will choose you to be his Christmas tree.
then the north wind beat and swayed the branches of the little tree until they dipped nearly to the ground. And the wind said,
Grow, little tree, grow. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Santa will choose you to be his Christmas tree.
then along came sparkling snowflakes, dancing and swirling, and they danced all around the big tree and covered it in a blanket of white. And one snowflake said,
Grow, big tree, grow. Maybe Santa will choose you to be his Christmas tree.
and then the snowflakes danced all around the middle-sized tree. And the snowflake said,
Grow, middle-sized tree, grow. Maybe Santa will choose you to be his Christmas tree.
then the snowflakes danced all around the little-sized tree. And the snowflake said,
Grow, little tree, grow. Who knows? Maybe Santa will choose you to be his Christmas tree.
then one day, a little bird with a broken wing came hopping along. She was cold and all alone and looking for shelter. The little bird hopped up to the big tree and said,
Oh, big tree, your branches look strong and green. I have a broken wing. Please may I take shelter in your branches? I can't be bothered by you, because I am going to be Santa's Christmas tree. Away with you now, and don't bother me again.
So the little bird with the broken wing hopped away, lonely and tired. And then she saw the middle-sized tree, and she said,
Oh, middle-sized tree, you look big and strong. Your branches look warm and inviting. I have a broken wing. Please may I take shelter in your nice warm branches? I can't be bothered with you. Don't bother me again.
So the little bird with the broken wing hopped away, lonely and quite tired by now. And then she saw the little tree, and she hopped up to the little tree and said,
Oh, little tree, your branches aren't so big, but you look strong and warm. I've a broken wing. Please may I take shelter in your nice warm branches? I'm not so very warm, but my branches are strong and warm. Hop in, and I'll bring you shelter.
So the little bird with the broken wing hopped into the little tree and was soon fast asleep. Soon, the 3 trees heard singing coming from way off in the distance, and then they saw Santa and his reindeer.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
Whoa! They came to a halt in front of the big tree. Santa got out. Santa walked all around the big tree, and then Santa said,
My, you make a fine Christmas tree. Your branches look strong and green. I think Mrs. Claus would be very pleased to have you as a
Santa started over to his sleigh to get his shovel, but suddenly he stopped, and he turned back to the big tree, and he said,
I just remembered, there's a question I must ask you. Have you been a kind, unselfish tree? I must have a kind, unselfish tree for Christmas.
but the big tree could only hang her head. Santa shook his head, got back in his sleigh, and away they went singing.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Whoa!
Santa got out of his sleigh near the middle-sized tree, and he walked all around the middle-sized tree, looked, and then he said,
My, you make a fine Christmas tree. You're not as tall, but your branches look strong. I think Mrs. Claus would be very pleased to have you as a Christmas tree. But there is a question I must ask. Have you been a kind, unselfish tree? I must have a kind, unselfish tree for Christmas.
but the middle-sized tree could only hang his head. So Santa shook his head, got back in his sleigh, and off they went singing.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Santa got out of his sleigh near the little tree. He walked around the little-sized tree, and then he said,
Not that tall, but your branches look strong and green. I think Mrs. Claus would be very pleased to have you as a Christmas tree.
well, Santa turned to get his shovel from the sleigh when the